Amitabha Buddha salutes the people. People woke up this morning. The first idea is, do people remember the Buddha? People remember the Buddha, but do people have the heart to pray for the dead? Ladies and gentlemen, today receive the great please quote in. Complete the rules of Master Vinh Minh. Sir, Master Vinh Minh is reputed, is the reincarnation of Amitabha Buddha. The day of Amitabha Buddha. In fact, we know that Buddha Amitabha has been a Buddha for more than 10 lives. It's been so long. We don't know what day your birthday is. I don't know what day your birthday is. That people, I lean on the day. The birth of Master Vinh Minh. It is said to be the reincarnation of Germany from Amitabha. It should start from that source. Later, the day of the Buddha Amitabha, they took 17/11. It is the birthday of Master Vinh Minh. It's the day of Amitabha Buddha. So, that's the origin. So, back to the problem. The great will quote 10,000 in the Book of Perfect Uniform of Master Vinh Minh. Master Vinh Minh teaches, just recite the name Buddha. Practice all good things in the direction of prayer. It takes a lifetime of practice. When we sit down, we tend to face west when we practice. Ceremony, and when reciting the Buddha's vows. So I urgently have no other idea. It's a phase of Master Vinh Minh. Here, the one in the book that uses the word is perfect. Good works here means all good works. Big or small. That's the most common one. Here he only teaches us the direction of life. You teach here. It takes a lifetime to navigate something. The mind of the Buddha asking for ecstasy. Is the orientation, the wish to be born in the West ecstasy? The world. People who hear this must remember it. Who asked me, or to mention that you recite the Buddha for what? There is no hesitation, there's no waiting for a moment, the one in my head. In my own mind, you have to jump up. That one thing is for me to go to the West ecstasy. Our recitation of the Buddha is about vow. I want to go back to the Western world. That's why this book is called Destiny. The name is all good, all good. Big good, small, 1,000 good deeds, 100 good deeds, all oriented. Focus on the ecstasy of Western birth. You say it takes a lifetime. This place is very important. The word life is very important. And so, there are many people who practice pure meditation for 25, 35 to 4 years. People say that 3 years I will be born. 4 years and 5 years will be spent. You practice, you give it some time. The monk who's holding you says, well, I'll try it. Let's try it. Try to recite the Buddha to see if it is born. In the mind you say try it. Are you suspicious in there? When there's a doubtful idea, do it. Be sincere and be sincere. Any thought of doubt in which doubt? Doubt in it then Sao can achieve. The recitation of the Buddha's request for ecstasy. The ecstasy of the West. The fundamental point is that trust must be absolute. Trust must be absolute. So, you said a lifetime of direction. You've been here your whole life to say that. How much of our time? The rest of this world. Just for the mind. Vow to orient the pure mind. Willing to. I just want to be close to Amitabha Buddha. That's my whole life. Remember that time is the whole life of the soul. What is believing here? Faith is not part of it. It's hard work. That's part of what's the most professional news. No mental disorder. This place is very important. Let them remember the practice. Recollection of our Buddha, as the Zen master said yesterday. At Sao 100 at Sao, it is said that hundreds of people recite the Buddha. Thousands of people recite the Buddha, thousands of people after this age. In this era, it is difficult for anyone to be born. But in the meantime, too many people recite the Buddha because it's not called a crystal. It's not called a spirit formation, it's called a monastic formation. Voice practice. It's always in a state. It's like Master Guan said, we are ordinary people. Look at this mountain. Look at this mountain. I don't know my strength. In this era, the Bible has taught us, in the age of the memory of the practitioner, it's hard to find an accomplished person. Only rely on it. This Buddhist meditation method rely on the vow of Amitabha Buddha. Hundreds of successful people, thousands of people have achieved. This place is extremely important. He taught by reciting the name Buddha. Practice all good things. Dedication to the vow of birth. The most dedicated recitation of this Buddha title. As a teacher, I didn't teach you to find someone, but to be the most dedicated, absolutely believe in what? This title of Buddha is difficult, not easy. It's not easy because of the Sao, because of this Buddha title. Is the accumulation? How much good merit accumulated? Newspaper, established by the power of Amitabha Buddha. The one who can initiate the title Buddha. This person is called a good man, a good woman. Many people say what a good man is. Anyone who is called a good man is a good woman. Who can initiate this Buddha title? The name Buddha has not been mentioned. The problem is that they are not free. We just need to get this Buddha title. He is a good man, good woman. Because in this Buddha title, there is a blessing in it. It's not a possibility. Power is not a force of our own, but God willing. Bless me in this Buddha title. So you just accidentally listen. Unconsciously reciting this Buddha title is called writing. Blessed is the name blessed. That's why you stay home and have children. Don't talk about the things that are born or not born. You just need to plant the goodness. Children and grandchildren, or the familiar people of my own home, by usually wearing a Buddhist recitation machine, or leave the Buddhist recitation machine in the house. The sound of recitation of the Buddha. There's a solar machine outside. A Buddhist title wherever it appears. Where there's a Buddha image, where there's a Buddha title. The light is shining, people. Kwang Min Dida always illuminates the people who recite the Buddha. To protect and bless people who recite the Buddha. This place is very important. By that, we want to connect with all beings. Let's not be too heavy. It's a matter of whether they want to be born or not. Vang born have planted the Buddha's seed in the mind. People already have it. Sooner or later, it will come to fruition. According to the causes and conditions, everyone's identity is different. Here's back to a problem. I want to share it with you. What is? Just practice everything that's good for you. Vow to be born. That's Master Vin Min teaching. And the master of accidental teaching are so-called enemies. It's more special than this place. That our cybernetics can do. What do you say? Whether good or evil, you can all pray to God. The mind turns to the West ecstasy. Pray, pray, pray for the ecstasy of the West. Talk about goodness. How much good can we do? How many good deeds? Big good, small good. Take that merit and take that blessing. Please bring this merit to me. It's called sending it to the world. Western ecstasy in the world. And we made a mistake. It's called good or evil. If we create evil karma, then why? The Buddha has a saying. How to turn the head is the shore. Turn the head is the shore. Put down the dagger, put down the knife, and set up the Buddha. What brings down the head of the Buddha? It means someone who knows how to turn around. You know how to modify. No AI without respect. No respect. What does the Buddha say? The Buddha is very precious and very respectful of two kinds of people. The first class, I've never done anything wrong. The second class of people has sinned. But I know I am guilty. Listen to the advice to turn your head towards goodness. This person is worth it, so that we can respect and respect. The same goes for good workers. How much attention, sorry? How many good things do people do? In the mind of devotion to the West ecstasy, it's too common now. It's too normal. Because good works, of course, must be displayed. Tell people, or show off to the Buddha. That's Amitabha Buddha as his father. What I do, well, I show off. But the hardest thing about being human is being wrong. That I can say wrong. I can fix it. What is it called evil? The evil heart still prays for life. It means when we do something wrong. But we have a sense of direction, a mind of change, a mind of correction. Take that sincere heart of correction to pray for life. About the ecstasy of the Western world. All good things, big and small, they all turn to the West. Evil deeds take the heart sincerely repent. Take the true merit. That penitence turns to the ecstasy of the Western world. That's the intention. Master Ingo Gyat, the ninth master of Pure Land, teaches us whether evil or good, whether good or evil, they all pray for life. About the ecstatic Western world. What is it that perfects all evils of ecstasy? So later, we humans have something wrong. Let's not put too much weight on it. He did many evil things. Death and karma is too heavy to be borne. He died and thought too much. People are born into this world. Do you know where it came from? The enemy of karma. People are born into this world because of karma. But to this world, everyone has a different kind of love. They all have different karma. Depending on the condition, depending on that karma, that we're born into the world. In this world she suffers. If we embrace it day after day, now we know the Dharma. If you know the Buddha's name, just recite this Buddha's name. Foot and pray. Then in this life we will be born. What to do with faith? The belief is absolute. There's no such thing as being small. What is small in our minds? We believe that. Believe that one thing I recite Buddha. I want to go to the West, and the Buddha will not leave me. I didn't leave you because of why? Because the West is where I was born. It is my home. What is this woman? This woman. It's just a temporary inn we're traveling to. We are like Master Tin. Oh my God, we're travelers. You have to travel and then go home. He's better at home. He's happier. And travel, no matter how much merit you have. As well as many people who have enough material, full of money. But it's about traveling. Not sure if the money you buy is comfortable. The currency you buy is what's called convenience. Not many people have money, but I went to the hotel 5,000 years ago. But there are also some things that will be inconvenient. No, I'm not like my own house. That too. In this world of ours, while on this road, don't say that God blames the earth. Don't tell me why it's like this. Why is it like that? Every time those things come, and you said, "Oh my God, she's an innkeeper. Makes how convenient by your home." My home is that ecstatic Western world. When we think about this, we talk about this, who is against his adversity? I said, "Oh my God, she's here at the inn. You can't buy it with money. The peace of happiness, it's about the Western world." Take the merit of the newspaper. The practice of reciting Buddha's thoughts to match up with the ecstatic Western world. Only the West is the place. It is the most familiar home. It's our home. It's our roots. So, let's call attention to this place. You always have faith in what it is. I am an ecstatic person. I'm the one who got lost down here. It means I speak in my mind. Let me tell you that whenever I want to fuck someone, want to scold who wants, I want to do something wrong, we're talking. I'm an ecstatic person. Why do I do that? The West has lost its face in the world. I'm an ecstatic person. Why do I have to curse his good father Amitabha Buddha out in the world every time someone does something wrong? Or the ridiculous talk. We use the word uneducated. So, we know. I swear to myself or to my parents, cursing my parents, fuck the teacher. I mean, my parents didn't know how to teach me. That too. When do I recite the Buddha every day? I am the Buddha. I remember the Buddha's birth. I am studying Buddhism. It's always hands and feet. Whoever touches it, the horns drop. Touch what adversity? Let's start by rolling your eyes. I started cursing here and there. That's the post-Buddha thing. Who are you swearing at? People are cursing Ca Manu Ni. People are cursing that Amitabha Buddha. He's the one who recites the Buddha. He's learning that Dharma. This crime is very serious. Listen to me. Do it yourself wrong. When people swear, it's all about Buddhism. Ra. People gather together, people reciting Buddha Ra, they curse. In this place, it's the wrong way to do it. It's wrong. So, today we're going through this simple process. I want to go back to the memory problem. We are the ecstasy of the Western world. Despite all good works, great things in this world, the future also, to go to the West ecstatic about our homeland. We should do whatever it takes to be dedicated, to orient the West ecstatically. Let him get used to it. For this mind, for this wish, it is familiar. When you touch the scenery, there is nothing more than what the people here say. Every time you practice, the practice here is practice. It's hard work or good work, or do anything. It's like a festival or a recitation of the Buddha. Whatever you do, you have to make a vow. This place is important to pray. Let's say you've just heard a couple of previous episodes. Get great, go plug the hip flower, go do cow dung, hip go plant, cooking hip. You pay attention to those stages. I would like to send you that. They say that in everyday life, do anything. In our minds, Amitabha Buddha is all about the West ecstasy. They're all focused on the ecstatic Western world. Those stages, it's close to remind you to do whatever it takes. It's also because of the Buddha's recitation of ecstasy. This person is right. Pray, this person is right. This person is a perfect person. There is no universal repentance. To the West ecstasy of the world. To the West ecstasy of the world. You hear this one today. So, it's urgent. There's no other idea that sounds clear. Today we learn the process in the eunuchs of the common good of the AI of Master Vin Min. He is the sixth master of the Pure Land, is the reincarnation of Amitabha Buddha. We just celebrated the Dido ceremony. This is my birthday. It's the birthday of Vin Min. To make a landmark, to remember here. So through today's process, learning is so great. The process of this last sentence, it is urgent to say. Honesty is a mind that is the most specialized. Sincerity is earnestly yearning. There is no idea other than the idea. This world closes its eyes and closes its eyes. Open your eyes. You want to be born. The thought of reciting the Buddha's request for ecstasy. Then you are in this world of adversity. Adversity can be overcome. Everything can get through. Then every session that you, one day to hear these episodes, it's fun. It's happy. The happiest. I'm reminded by people every day. And the happiness of surrender, the opportunity to motivate yourself. Remind yourself and be kind enough to be heard. What's the benefit? What is self-interest? That's what the Buddha taught us. First, want to benefit people. You have to benefit yourself. I have a good feeling. Then I have the power to talk to them. But the more we share, there's joy, there's happiness, there's character, the more growth. Let's say the stage we're hearing about today, that we're burning. Mind up and remember, we are the people in the ecstasy, ladies and gentlemen. We are ecstatic people. Don't lose face, Amitabha Buddha. To do anything, to do something, to be careful. Not be rough, not to be angry. Don't curse people in adversity. The future is the future and stop trying to recite the Buddha. We are ecstatic people who can't be mad at themselves. I am a happy people, maybe more jealous than losing to them. More jealous than losing every time you do something wrong. People swear. People scold you for thinking of Buddha like that. That's the spiritual thing. That's what learning Buddhism is all about. People are shouting at their parents, I did this place wrong. You have to let your parents suffer. This is a disgrace. I also learned that I am not good at Buddhism. The Buddha with Buddha D. The Buddha, the Maitreya Buddha. It's not that those two are bad, but that I'm not good. That's what it's like to be a Buddhist student. That's how you think of the Buddha. This crime is great. It has nothing to do with the Buddha. It has nothing to do with Germany. When I do that, people curse me. Is that we take our form of recitation? But defaming Buddhism is wrong. So, hearing about this part of the hip, I don't want to be unkind. I don't want to be a bad student. Disrespect with the master, to the foot of the Buddha, really because of the birth. Stand up and sit down. Be gentle with everyone. Oh. Who recites Buddha or two? Who recites the more the Buddha recites, the more I recite the Buddha, everyone who comes close is happy. That's right. That's the ecstasy. Happy people are always happy. So, we're a good solution. Remember to listen to you. Don't be an impious child, an impious student. Be a good boy, a good student of Germany from Master Maida's father. I like CAME. Let's share here. The great please read again. Just remember, just recite the name Buddha. Practice all good things in the direction of prayer. It takes a lifetime. Direction throughout life. Remember the sentence that your body hears you believe. There is no such thing as a magazine. When we sit and stand, we all face the West. You respect an AI, you meet them. You are gentle and gentle. Very humble, not dare to be disrespectful. The same goes for the West here. It's not a Western direction. That, at all times and places, we always have respect. Respect the people around you. It's that the mind is always oriented to the West. Every time you practice, it's a prayer or whatever. Remember to have an urgent mind. There's no other idea. There's no other idea. That's the stage today. The great sharing from the Book of Universal Convergence of Master Vin Min. I wish the people the right to recollect the Buddha. This life soon returned to the Western world. Adi do Buddha, the Buddha.